Now, Kylan, with you, we saw you play such like a intense, hard game, which was kind of similar to how you played Big Brother, I feel like. So we saw you win a lot. We saw you do a lot of great things and you were super well aligned. Do you have any regrets about your game now, like being on the other side of it?
No, I mean, for me, it was in these games, like, you have to make your decisions, you have to make your moves, and knowing, like, being inside of the house, seeing all the things that were going on, there's just so much more context than than is ever really shown in the
Right.
house. So like, they talk about show lines kind of going throughout the season for a few people, but like week one, I was sitting with some pretty key players, and we're like, okay, the algorithm throws off show lines, especially for certain people, certain of us, some of us more than others, as
Mm-hmm.
far as being our best strategy to get to the end and to be in a position to win. And then also, like, I trained a lot for the show and kind of was coming off as a threat. So you got to play with the different like I can't come into this game preaching, let's take out the strongest people in the house who are going to be threats in the
Mm-hmm.
final, because it's like the same reason you don't see Jordan or CT or Darrell. They're never in there like, hey guys, let's really get out the whoever might be a threat in the final. Like,
Right.
I couldn't do that because that would create a list with my name on it pretty high up. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to play the game differently. And I think that, the analogy I keep going back to is like blackjack. If you double down on 11 and you get a 4 and lose, you didn't make the wrong call. It's just the way the cards played out. And so I feel really good on the game that I played, and yeah, would love to do more.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of have a follow-up question with that a little bit. So something we saw is like some shows kind of chose to stay together and some didn't. So how do you think if BB23, if your cast would have stuck together a little bit more, do you think you guys would have made it farther in the game?
I don't think so. I think that's more of I think it depends on like that the algorithm, the way that the game is set up, like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't look like that could change that much. There, every variable can throw off different things in the game, but then it's just like, who would be partnered with who? What would
Mm-hmm.
that mean? What decision would they make the next week? The show lines the show lines didn't break up in week 4. We saw the show
Mm-hmm.
lines start falling apart in week 1. So
Yeah.
it was not, uh, for me, I just wanted to partner. Like, I made my alliances early on, and I think that the alliance that I was working with, most of them are still in the game. So
Mm-hmm.
as we see the weeks going on, we can kind of figure out like, okay, who are the strongest players in the alliances, and how well do they do? And I think that kind of is the ultimate test, is like what percentage of your alliance makes it to the final, and we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, very briefly, just a yes or no answer. Would you guys return to the challenge?
Yes. Definitely. Just because it's so out of my comfort zone that I'm like, I love putting myself in situations like that because it just means growth to me. So I'm like, yeah, I would love to go back and actually win something this time,
Yeah, yeah, for sure, Kylan.
I mean, absolutely is. I think, I don't know. That is my comfort zone. Is
Yeah,
that is the stuff that I love. And I feel like, yeah, everything about, I love to compete, and I love physical stuff. I love mental stuff. I love just the combination. It's the greatest game in the world.
yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you both so much. It was a pleasure getting to know you. I wish the best for both of your journeys. And for all of our viewers out there, keep watching the Challenge USA each Wednesday on CBS.
Thank you so much.